foster to surrender program hits on the people that have made an emotional connection with an animal or a group of animals because they've cared enough to bring it to your shelter. So we approach them at times when we're full, when our core foster homes are full, and ask them to be a foster home just for that particular animal or group of animals. As of last year, only about 25% of the animals went through our core fosters and 75% through this foster to surrender program. This shelter, and I'm sure all shelters, will get an animal in that is essentially a nice little friendly animal, whether it's a cat or a dog, but there are some serious medical issues with that animal that would not make it a good candidate for adoption. We just lost one actually recently by the name of Maria, who was a lovely little Chihuahua. When she came to us, the veterinarians let us know that she had a really serious heart condition. At the time, they just gave Maria about 6 months to live. She actually toughed it out and she stayed with her hospice family for 2 years. We're there for support if something comes along that they need to deal with medically. And when the time comes that we need to say goodbye, we're there to support the family at that time as well.
We decided to go with the theme of wine and whiskers, and wine and whiskers just opened up the opportunity that we could give a great focus around wine. It also had just the ability for us to really tell the story of what's taking place over here at the Durham Humane Society. We had just under 200 guests attend. We started out the night with an antipasta table and obviously matched that up with some great wine. And then we moved forward with our silent auction. We then ended up having a great band, a Two for the Show, which is a local band who we've already booked again for this year. We had Stephanie Herrera, who's actually an improv artist and doing some improv in the evening. Live auction, we had the give, we had the wine wall that raised over $2,500. We had the wine pull that also raised about $2,000. And the give was a time period where our live auctioneer just asked individuals to give donations like randomly, and we got as large as $5,000 from one individual to come forward. And in the evening total, we ended up raising over $90,000 to support programs here. People, their wallets were opening up that evening, and we hope to have the same thing happen this year.
Cornwall and the surrounding area has a serious problem with parvo affecting dogs and puppies, and dogs are dying for the sake of a vaccination. And this is a problem that's affecting Cornwall as well as the First Nations of Akwesasne. In 2015, the Ontario SPCA dealt with approximately 70 cases of parvo in our community. So we decided to partner up to come up with a solution to solve these needless deaths of animals in our communities. So we got together with the conservation officers on the First Nations of Akwesasne, and we decided to offer a parvo clinic for the residents both within Cornwall and also on Akwesasne. We then saw a drastic reduction in 2016 where we saw only 4 cases that we were actively involved in and became aware of. And on May 13th, 2017, just a couple of weeks ago, we had our first parvo clinic over on the First Nations of Akwesasne, and the turnout was fabulous. We had 72 dogs show up with their owners, excited, happy to be there to ensure that their puppies were being vaccinated for parvo as well as the other vaccines to ensure that dogs are not dying needlessly for the sake of a simple vaccination.
All right, so just give me a minute, and we'll have someone take Buddy back for a checkup with the vet, okay? All right.
The Ontario SPCA began offering high-volume spay-neuter services to the public in 2009. Between 2010 and 2014, we saw a 27% reduction in cat intake in all of our centres across the province and a 20% reduction in dog intake. In animal centres closest to our spay-neuter services, the reduction has been even higher, anywhere from 27 to 53% for cats and 18 to 25% for dogs. This year, we've reached a major milestone, completing our 100,000th spay-neuter procedure. A huge thank you goes out to our veterinary partners and affiliate community clinics. Together, we can reduce the pet overpopulation problem in Ontario.
I seek audience with Daryl of the North.
Grassy Narrows was an amazing project. They spent several days gathering animals on a First Nations community, and it was very inspiring to see the team up there making a real positive difference. And In the span of 3 days, we adopted over 100 animals, and part of those were from Grassy Narrows. So it was a great project, and we look forward to doing it a few times again.
How do you stay motivated through a complex process like this?
Well, it's all in the right inspiration. When you go that far away into a community that may not have all the services that you need, you have to make sure you bring everything that you need for those animals. So everything from the bowls to even the water. The group that really stepped up during the transfer was Jeannie and Tammy from Beat the Heat, and I can't say how proud I am of them and the work they do in those northern communities up past Thunder Bay in the Kenora area.
Well, Daryl, 'tis true this parting was well made.
Lead on.
We traveled around Ontario and found out how different shelters and groups are improving the lives of animals in big ways. But just as important are the countless simple things those and other groups do every day to give them the best chance at the good life they deserve. So that's what we've been up to. Would you like to help?